I go to a psychiatrist who can prescribe medicine. I've never been, and here's the thing about that. They cost like 3 times as much.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it sucks.
Do you know what I did that that Amy turned me on to, actually? Amy did an interview with a woman who does LENS therapy. Do you know about this?
Brain?
The brain. And I go to her, and it's changed my life.
Okay, see, I think for some reason you were meant to sit in that chair and tell me that today.
Really?
Now I'm going to tell you what happened.
Because I don't ever talk about this.
No,
well, I do. I do with all my friends, but not on, publicly.
So Amy bought me a gift of that, and I've never used it. And she bought it for me many seasons ago. And it just, I feel like, I don't want to go to sit and have them do some brain work. Amy Grant was also somebody who would talk about it and has talked to me about it.
Yeah.
And this morning I'm driving into work. And I've been kind of kicking the can with it. And I was like, I'm just going to tell Amy that if she just sets the appointment, I will go. And I forgot to tell her this morning. Or I just was like, you know what, screw it. The fact that you said that on the same day that I told her, that's weird.
That means you need to do it. So for me, I had COVID like everybody did, and I had a mild case of COVID, but it really messed with my smell and taste. And I also had, so I would say I'm a long COVID person. So I had all the brain fog. I'm 60. People are like, you're in menopause. I'm like, yeah, but this is different. Like I'm looking at a rolling pin and I can't name it. So I either have early onset Alzheimer's or something's wrong. And so a friend of mine, Callie, heard Amy's interview with Sherry at LENS Therapy and told me about it. And I went. And I didn't tell anybody I was going because I'm like, I don't even know. I don't understand what this does. And the first thing I noticed was that I was sleeping better than I'd slept in 10 years. And then I noticed the fog start to lift. And if you've ever had surgery, if you've ever had anesthesia, your brain stays asleep. My brain was asleep. And
I didn't know what you just said.
If you've ever had anesthesia, your brain doesn't fully wake back up. So everybody could benefit from having their brain awake.
So what happened when you go? What happens?
So they put these little electrodes. It looks like you're about to get like shock therapy, but it's not that. There's little electrodes. First, they're grounded on your ears, and they hit little different spots. I think there's 21 places on your brain, and you'll hit like retention. Like if you're reading, do you retain what you're reading? Motivation, childhood memory. So it's like you're going to therapy in a way, but you're not talking about it. It's just your brain waves are sitting here in a rut, or if you hit a block every time, and this tiny little charge, you don't feel it, lifts those brain waves, and they go, oh, there's a better way. And I mean, I feel like my brain feels like it did in my 30s. Like I feel
it works, huh?
Completely. And I've sent a bunch of people. Like I'll usually run into someone I know walking out of there when I go in, and it takes 15 minutes. It's not expensive.
Do I have to get naked?
You could,
but I don't have
probably
to.
You don't have to. Yeah, it's optional.
I think that is totally bizarre, but also I'll accept that it was more than bizarre.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be. And it takes a few times. Like I went, she says an average of like 10 times. You don't have to, like if you miss a week, it's not like your brain goes back to sleep. And once your brain's awake, it's awake. But if you get COVID again, or because COVID, they found that COVID kind of does that. It kind of puts your brain in delta. And they're seeing a lot of success with this with COVID patients. They do it a lot for childhood trauma. For kids, like they treated a lot of the Covenant kids. They help them process the trauma quickly, and it helps them be able to move through it better. They also work with, if you've ever had a concussion, if you've ever hit your head, you'll see it on the computer. You'll see the spot on your head. It's pretty crazy.
You ever had acupuncture?
Yes.